Yes, Sue. And what office is it for? Controller? Okay, when we're done, well, we're actually going to do him first, so go ahead and send him in. No, not with just two of you. We'll have him sit on the other side. Good afternoon, all. We're in a hold pattern for just a second. We have somebody who's going to be joining us for the casting. My name is Dawn Graham. I'm the Director of Elections, and this is the casting of lots for the 21 general primary. And what that means is it's the casting or drawing for ballot position on the ballot. It is for any race that has more than one candidate. So we're going to be going through all of those, and I have with me the Clearfield County Commissioners. We have John Sobel to my left. We have Dave Glass to my immediate right, and then we have Tony Scotto on the other side of Dave. We also have Donna Reese, who is our Director of Voter Registration. So she's going to be assisting. So what we'll do is we'll start with the county-wide races, and we're going to just go through them and pull them first. Sorry, we only need two for the first one. So what we do is we simply put numbered ping pong balls into a bucket. We go in alphabetical order. If nobody's here for that, then we pull them for them, and that'll be the ballot position. So for the first race that we're going to pull, we've got Clearfield County Controller, and so we are going to pick, the first one will be for Robert M. Edwards, Jr. This is on the Republican side. We don't have anybody on the Democratic side that is challenged. We do have a candidate, but there's only one. So, Donna, if you want to have somebody pull for Robert M. Edwards, Jr. He got number 1 on the ballot, so Caitlin Elizabeth Evans will be number 2. Okay, so next we're going to do the Democratic Magisterial District Justices, or Judges, for District 46-3-01. So we have 6 people who are running on both sides. So we're going to pull the Democratic side first. So the first one to be pulled will be for Gilbert Barker. So if somebody wants to pull for Gil. Number 2. And then we're going to draw for Scott Farrell. Number 1. Next would be Elliot Gelfand. Next will be Michael Marshall. And David Sean Mahalik. And so that leaves Randy Vargas with number 3. All right. Yep, now we're going to do the Republican side for the Magisterial District Judge. So once again, first will be Gilbert Barker. And now Scott Farrell.
4.
Elliot Gelfand.
3.
Michael Marshall. And Dave Mahalik.
6.
Woohoo! Mr. Vargas, you got number 1. So that'll be on the Republican side. Okay, so that's it for the countywide and the magisterial district judge. Now we're just going to go down through all the other races, and they're scattered throughout. We'll start with the Democratic side, the Democratic candidates. So the next one that we're going to pull for is Kerwinsville Borough, member of council, 4-year term. We have 2 candidates, Rhonda Carfley and Robert Moore. So the first one we're going to draw for will be Rhonda Carfley. That means Robert Moore is number 1. Next is for Houtzdale Borough, member of council, 4-year term. We have 2 here, and we actually have 1 candidate here. So Zachary Bloom and James Toohey. So since Zachary is here, he can poll. Number 1. So James Toohey will be number 2. Next on the list is Houtzdale Inspector of Election, 4-year term. We have Dolores Hermansky and Joyce Reed. So the first one is for Dolores Hermansky, if somebody wants to poll. Means Joyce Reed is number 2. 2 again for the next race. This is for member of council for Westover Borough. We have Douglas Rake and Kimberly Ann Rake. So for Douglas Rake, he would be the first to draw.
1.
That means Kimberly is 2. Next is for Knox Township. It's Inspector of Election. So the first one will be Ashley Freeman, and we also have a Rachel Kester. So somebody draw for Ashley Freeman.
Number 1.
Woohoo! All right. So next is Morris Township 2nd Precinct Inspector of Election. We have Sheila Convulsion and Diana Clark. So we'll draw for Diana Clark first. Sheila Convulsion is number 2. Next on the list is for School Director for Clearfield Area School District. We have 4. So we're going to put 4 balls in. The first one we're going to draw is for Gregory Clark. And, Next will be for Marianne Jackson.
Number 4.
Next will be for Shauna Rothrock.
2.
And then that makes Catherine Kate Wood number 3. Next will be Curvensville Area School District, and we have 7 of them. We need number 7. Well, look at that. All righty. So the first one we're going to pull for is John Krantz. Oh my God. Honest, it's not weighted or anything.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to pull for John Ivanko.
3.
And now we're going to pull for Arthur Facone
2.
and Amy Finn.
5.
And next is going to be Nicholas Klesser,
6.
Autumn Prisk,
4.
which makes Jeffrey Schaefer 7. Might as well, no, because I think there's more on the other side. Okay, so next on the list is going to be for DuBois Area School District, Region B. We have 2 candidates. All right, so the first one we're going to draw for is Jeffrey Mattinger.
1.
The second one, so number 2 would be Lawrence Joseph Salone. Next office is Glendale Area School District, Region 3. We have 2 candidates. First one is for Richard Gene Gates.
2.
Woohoo! That means Theo Sinclair is number 1. We have 3 for the next one, Donna. This is for Shannon Valley Area School District, School Director. First one we're going to pull is Robert Ferguson.
2.
And then Daniel Perna.
1.
And that makes Stacy Warwick Williams number 3. Next, we have 3, Donna, again. So this is going to be for Phillipsburg-Osceola Area School District, School Director, Region 7. So the first one we're going to pull for is Kevin Clark.
2.
And now Dennis Cole.
3.
That makes Shauna Bainey Shaw is 1.
I'm going to pull 1 again.
All right, moving on. We have 2 for this one, Donna. So this is for the Phillipsburg area, or Phillipsburg-Osceola Area School District, Region 8, School Director. We have 2. So the first one is Susan McGee.
2.
Oh. So that means Richard Wood is 1. All right, this one we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where'd it go? Here's 7. All right, so this is for West Branch Area School District, School Director. We have 7. So the first one is going to be Bill Amick.
Oops, I'm sorry.
5.
The second one is going to be for Paul Carr.
7.
Chad Deviney.
4.
Jeremiah Dobo.
1.
And now we have Ronald Malora.
6.
Next is Melvin Smeal.
3.
And then so we should have 2 for Tom Veras. Okay. So now we're going to move on to, these are going to all be on the Republican side. The first one's for Chester Hill Borough, Member of Council. We have 2. So we have Charles Ebach.
1.
That gives us number 2 for Joshua Woods. Next is just 2, Donna. This is for Mayor Clearfield Borough. The first one is for Jason Holenchick.
1.
Mason Strauss, that makes you 2. Next will be Member of Council, Clearfield Borough, 3rd Ward. It's a 4-year term. So the first one is, and we have 2, Louis Dutry.
2.
That makes Stephen Livergood number 1. This is also for Clearfield 3rd. This is a 2-year Member of Council. We have 2. So the first one is for Stephen Livergood.
2.
That makes Brandy Plyler 1. 2 again, Donna. Next is for Tax Collector for Coalport Borough. The first one is Noel Marissi.
Number 1.
Makes Gerald Spade number 2. 2 again, Donna. This is Coalport Borough Member of Council. The first one is for John Shawley.
2.
Makes Gerald Spade 1. Next is 2 again. This is for DuBois City Member of Council. First will be James Achenbaugh.
1.
That makes Shane Dietz number 2. 2 again. This is for Glen Hope Borough Member of Council. First one is Larry Bainey.
Number 1.
That makes Randy Dotz number 2. I have 3 for this next one, Donna. This is for Houtsdale Borough Member of Council. So our first one is Elaine Eckberg.
3.
Then we have Lanny Schaefer.
1.
And that makes Michael Tomko number 2. This one's also 3. So this is for Osceola Mills Borough Member of Council. So the first one we're going to pull for is Eric Bazilla.
Number two.
Next will be for Benny Ritchie.
One.
So that makes Susan Ropchalk number 3. We're back to 2. So this is for Wollaston Borough Inspector of Election. First one is Heather Evans.
One.
Second one, number 2 is Amanda Wallace. So the next is to Boggs Township Supervisor. So we're going to pull for Sheldon Graham III.
One.
And that makes James Schwartz number 2. 3 for the next one, Donna. The next one is Bradford Township Tax Collector. First one we're going to pull for is Pamela Graham. Next is for Bobby Shirey Reebok.
2.
And that makes Morgan Wooster number 1. 2 for the next one, which is Tax Collector for Cooper Township. The first one we're going to draw is for Nyla Force.
Number 1.
So that makes Karen Mullen number 2. 2 for the next one. This is going to be for Inspector of Election in Cooper First. So the first one we're going to pull for is Deborah Sagis.
Number 1.
That makes Anita Stinchcomb number 2. 2 more, 2 again. So this is going to be for Tax Collector for Goshen Township. First one we're going to pull for is Deborah Livergood.
2.
That makes Andrea Shake number 1. Next one is 3 of them. This is going to be for Supervisor for Goshen Township. First one we're going to draw for is Andrew Bowman. Next will be Jeffrey Prince.
Number 2.
And that makes David Taylor number 1. 2 for the next one. This is going to be for Houston Township Supervisor. This one's a 6-year term. We have first to draw is Nellie Bundy.
1.
That makes Marlene Maraglia number 2. Next one is also 2 of them. Yep. This is for a 2-year term for Houston Township Supervisor. So we have first John Bundy.
Number 1.
That makes Marlene Maraglia number 2. 2 more again. So this is for Carthus Township Inspector of Election. First is Donna Hamilton.
2.
That makes Angela Lucas number 1. This is for 2 again. This is for Tax Collector Penn Township. First one is Robert Kester.
1.
Second one is Justine McGarry. Now we have 3, Donna. So this is for Sandy Township Supervisor. We have 3 on the ballot. So the first one is going to be for J. Barry Abbott.
Number 1.
And then we're going to have James Jeffers.
Number 2.
So that makes Mark Sullivan number 3. Next is just 2, Donna.
Okay.
So this is for Sandy Sabula, Inspector of Election. We're going to draw for Darlene Sherwood.
Number 2.
And we're going to draw, and that makes Laura Beth Sherwood number 1. 4 of them for this next one, Donna. And then you can leave them in there because it'll be a lot more. Okay, so this is for School Director, Clearfield Area School District. So first we're going to draw for Gregory Clark.
Number 1.
Woohoo! And then Marianne Jackson.
4.
Next is Shauna Rothrock. That makes Catherine Kate Wood number 2. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 for the next one.
You're 7 over there.
Oh, no, 9. Sorry, it's 9. Mm-hmm.
9. Here's how easy it is. 6 and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we got to figure out who's going to go first. That would be John Krantz.
4.
Next we have John Ivanko.
9.
Okay, and then we have Arthur Facone.
5.
Amy Finn.
2.
Now we have Doreen Hoover.
3.
Such enthusiasm. Nicholas Kalesser.
1.
Woo! Next will be Autumn Prisk.
6.
Jeffrey Schaefer.
8.
And last is Carrie Ann Warren. Is that number 7, Donna?
Yes, it is.
All righty. All right, next will be 2.
2.
Yeah, such a letdown, huh? Okay, so this is going to be for Du Bois Area School District, District B, School Director. And first will be Jeffrey Mattinger.
Number 2.
So that makes Lawrence Joseph Salone number 1. Next one is 2 again. So this is for Glendale Area School District, Region 3, School Director. So first is Richard Gates.
Number 1.
That's Theo Sinclair is number 2. 6 of them this time, Donna.
No, you're good.
All right. So the first one is going to be Robert Ferguson.
Number 1.
Woo!
Number 1.
Next will be Daniel Perna.
Number 6.
Then we're going to have Rachel Pira.
Number 4.
And next would be Stacy Warwick Williams.
Number 2.
Donald Wonderling.
Number 3.
And last would be Richard Wood, which would be number 5. Let's jump down here. Go ahead and put those all back in.
Oh, we're going to.
Yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Holy
Here you go. I
moly.
got what is
This one is,
French.
oh wait, I'm sorry, only 9. Those are, I'm sorry.
It's like, you know, because I was like, I don't remember seeing 11.
No, it's 9.
11.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, so first off will be Larry Allen.
7.
Next will be Bill Amick.
6.
Now we have Paul Carr,
3.
Chad Deviney,
2.
this is for Jeremiah Dobo,
5.
Jessica Maines,
9.
Ronald Malora,
Number 1.
and then what do we have? Oh no, we still have 2 left.
2 more.
So Melvin Smeal,
4.
and whatever's left.
I think it's
Yep, I'd say it is 8. So that's for Tom Veras. All right, now we need 3. This is going to be for Phillipsburg, Osceola, Region 7. So the first one we're going to pull for is Shauna Bainey Shaw.
3.
And then we're going to pull for Kevin Clark.
2.
That makes Dennis Cole number 1. Next, we need just 2. This is going to be for Phillipsburg, Osceola Area School District, Region 8 School Director. First is going to be Susan McGee.
Number 2.
And then that makes Richard Wood number 1. And last but not least, West Branch Area School District School Director. This is a 2-year term. We only need 2. First one is for Paul Carr.
Number 2.
So that makes Jeremiah Dobo number 1. And that's it, everybody. So that's the end of the casting for the 2021 municipal primary. If you have any questions, you can give me a call at the office, 814-765-2642, extension 5053. And thank you, everybody, for your assistance, and thank you for attending, and that's it.